Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, I invite you to embark on a journey not merely of the mind, but of the soul, where we shall traverse the intricate labyrinth of the human psyche. We are here to explore the profound depths of empathy, particularly through the poignant lens of the empath, and what it means when such a soul finally ceases to bleed at the behest of others. Let us invoke the spirit of Carl Jung as we unravel this complex tapestry of the human condition. To understand the empath, we must first delve into the very essence of what it means to be one. An empath is akin to a vessel open to the energies and emotions that permeate the ether. They are sensitive instruments, finely tuned to the vibrations of those around them, capable of perceiving the unspoken and the unseen. In the empath, we find a living symbol of the collective unconscious, a reflection of humanity's shared emotional experience, a testament to the interconnectedness of all souls. This ability to resonate with the emotional states of others can be both a gift and a burden. It is the empath's nature to absorb the sorrows, the joys, the fears, and the hopes of those they encounter, often at great personnel cost. They become a sanctuary, a refuge, offering solace to those who seek comfort. Yet, in this selfless act of absorption, the empath often neglects their own needs, becoming a martyr to the emotions of others. Herein lies the duality of their existence, a life of profound connection and, simultaneously, one of deep isolation. The empath, by virtue of their openness, walks a path strewn with both light and shadow. This path is not unlike the hero's journey. An archetype deeply embedded in the collective unconscious, the empath embarks on a quest not only for understanding, but for balance. The hero, in their quest, must confront the shadow, that darker aspect of the psyche that embodies repressed weaknesses and desires. So too must the empaths face their own shadow, the part of themselves that seeks to reclaim the energy spent on others, the part that yearns for self-preservation. It is here, in the confrontation with the shadow, that the empath may find themselves at a crossroads. When the empath ceases to bleed for others, it is not a renunciation of their nature, but rather an awakening to a new way of being. It is a moment of profound transformation, akin to the alchemical process of turning lead into gold. This transformation requires the empath to integrate their shadow, to embrace their own needs and desires, and to assert their right to exist as an individual, not merely as a vessel for the emotions of others. Jung taught us that individuation is the process by which a person becomes who they truly are, a journey towards wholeness. For the empath, this journey involves the delicate balancing act of remaining open to others while maintaining a strong sense of self. It is the realization that true empathy does not necessitate self-sacrifice, but rather a harmonious interplay between the self and the other. In this sacred dance, the empath learns to set boundaries, to discern when to give and when to withhold, to understand that their energy is a finite resource. This is not an act of selfishness, but of self-preservation, a recognition that one cannot pour from an empty cup. The empath's journey towards individuation is marked by this understanding, a reclamation of their power, a reintegration of their fragmented self. The empath's cessation of bleeding is not an end, but a beginning, a rebirth into a more authentic existence. It is the shedding of old patterns and the embrace of a new paradigm, one where the empath stands as a sovereign being, rooted in their own truth. This transformation echoes the mythic cycle of death and rebirth, a theme that resonates throughout the annals of human storytelling. From the phoenix rising from its ashes to the seasonal renewal of the earth in the realm of dreams, the empath may encounter symbols that reflect this transformation. They might dream of water, a symbol of the unconscious, representing both the depths of human emotion and the potential for renewal. The empaths might see themselves swimming against the current, only to finally find still waters, a metaphor for achieving inner peace. Alternatively, they might dream of a tree shedding its leaves, symbolizing the release of old burdens, making way for new growth. The empath's journey is one of profound courage, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a journey that invites us all to reflect upon our own lives, to consider the ways in which we too might be called to cease bleeding for others, to reclaim our own power, and to embark upon our own path of individuation. As we continue to explore this theme, let us remain open to the wisdom of the collective unconscious, drawing upon the insights and archetypes that have guided humanity throughout the ages. We must remember that within each of us lies the capacity for empathy, whether we identify as empaths or not. It is a potential that calls us to connect with others, to see beyond the surface, to engage with the world in a manner that is both compassionate and self-aware. Yet, in doing so, we must heed the lessons of the empath's journey, lessons that remind us to care for ourselves, to honor our own boundaries, and to seek balance in our interactions with the world. As we ponder these truths, let us hold space for the empath within us all, recognizing the beauty and the challenges of this profound sensitivity. Let us honor the journey towards wholeness, celebrating the courage it takes to face the shadow, to integrate the disparate parts of ourselves, and to emerge as authentic beings, grounded in the knowledge of who we truly are. As we continue to traverse the intricate landscape of the empath's journey, let us delve deeper into the symbolic interplay between the conscious and the unconscious, a dance that defines the essence of our psychological existence. The empaths, in their quest for balance, must navigate the liminal space between these realms, where the light of awareness meets the shadowy depths of the unknown. In this sacred space, the empath encounters the archetypes that shape human experience. These universal symbols, residing within the collective unconscious, offer profound insights into the nature of empathy and the empath's role within the larger tapestry of life. Consider the archetype of the healer, a figure that embodies the empath's innate desire to mend the broken, to offer solace where there is suffering, yet the healer must also confront the wound within themselves, recognizing that true healing emerges not from a place of depletion, but from a wellspring of inner strength and wholeness. The empath's journey is also intertwined with the archetype of the sacrifice, a theme that permeates mythology and religious narratives across cultures. The empaths, in their natural inclination to give of themselves, often embodies this archetype, offering their energy as a balm for the world's wounds. However, the path to individuation requires a re-evaluation of this role, a transformation from self-sacrifice to self-awareness, where the empath learns to discern when their giving serves a higher purpose and when it merely depletes their reserves. This transformation is not without its trials. The empath must confront the paradox of their existence, how to remain open and vulnerable in a world that often demands impenetrable defenses. Here, we encounter the archetype of the warrior, a figure that embodies courage, resilience, and the ability to assert boundaries. The empath, in integrating this archetype, learns to wield their sensitivity as a strength, to stand firm in their truth, and to protect their sacred space without closing off their heart. In this alchemical process of transformation, dreams serve as a powerful conduit for the unconscious to communicate its wisdom. The empath may dream of a bridge, a potent symbol of the connection between disparate parts of the self, between the conscious and unconscious, between the individual and the collective. Crossing this bridge signifies a journey towards integration, where the empath reconciles their inner dichotomies and emerges as a unified whole. Moreover, the empath might encounter animals in their dreams, each representing different facets of their psyche. A lion might appear, symbolizing courage and the assertion of personal power. A dove, on the other hand, might represent peace and the empath's innate desire for harmony. These animal guides offer valuable insights, urging the empath to embrace their multifaceted nature and to harmonize the various aspects of their being. As we explore these symbolic narratives, let us also consider the role of the empath within the broader societal context. In a world increasingly characterized by division and discord, the empath serves as a beacon of connection, a reminder of our shared humanity. Yet, this role carries with it a profound responsibility to act not only as a conduit for empathy, but also as a catalyst for change. The empath, in ceasing to bleed for others, does not abandon their mission. Rather, they redefine it, channeling their energy into endeavors that uplift and empower both themselves and those around them. The empath's journey, therefore, is not a solitary one. It invites us all to engage in a collective awakening, to recognize the interconnectedness of our individual paths. As we witness the empath's transformation, we are called to reflect upon our own lives, to consider how we might cultivate empathy without self-sacrifice, how we might balance openness with discernment, and how we might contribute to a world that honors both the individual and the collective. In this exploration, we are guided by the timeless wisdom of the psyche, which speaks to us through symbols, dreams, and the archetypal narratives that have shaped human consciousness since time immemorial. The empath's journey towards wholeness is a microcosm of the human journey, a testament to the enduring quest for meaning, connection, and self-realization. As we gather here in this shared space, let us honor the empath within each of us. Let us embrace the complexity of our emotions, the richness of our inner worlds, and the beauty of our shared human experience. And as we continue on this path, let us remain open to the unfolding mysteries of the psyche, trusting in the transformative power of empathy to guide us towards a more compassionate and integrated existence. As we proceed further along this introspective path, let us delve into the profound transformation that occurs when the empath's journey reaches a pivotal moment when they choose to cease their unending sacrifice for the emotional well-being of others. This is a moment of profound awakening, a shift in consciousness that echoes the spiritual rebirth found in ancient myths and sacred texts. It is here that we must turn our attention to the notion of the wounded healer, an archetype that has long captivated the human imagination. The empaths, in their role as a healer, often carries within them the wounds of the past scars that serve as both a source of empathy and a reminder of their own vulnerability. Yet, in healing others, they must remember to tend to their own wounds, to acknowledge the pain that has shaped their journey, and to transform it into a source of strength and wisdom. This process of self-healing is not a solitary endeavor, nor is it one that can be rushed. It requires patience, introspection, and the courage to face one's own shadow. The empath, in embracing their wounds, acknowledges the duality of their existence, the light and the dark, the joy and the sorrow, and in doing so, they find the path to wholeness. This is the essence of individuation, the journey towards becoming one's true self, unencumbered by the expectations and demands of others. In this sacred journey, the empath learns to navigate the delicate balance between empathy and detachment. It is the realization that true compassion does not mean losing oneself in the emotions of others, but rather standing as a pillar of support, grounded in one's own center. This is a lesson that resonates deeply with the teachings of the ancient alchemists who sought to transform base metals into gold, a metaphor for the inner transformation that leads to the birth of the authentic self. As the empath moves through this transformative process, they begin to cultivate a deeper relationship with their inner world. They become attuned to the language of the psyche, the symbols and archetypes that emerge from the depths of the unconscious. These symbols serve as guides, offering insights and revelations that illuminate the path ahead. Consider the symbol of the labyrinth, a representation of the complex and often circuitous journey of self-discovery. The labyrinth invites the empath to enter its winding path, to confront the fears and doubts that reside within its shadowy corners, and to emerge transformed, having found the center within themselves. It is a journey that requires faith and perseverance, but one that ultimately leads to a profound sense of inner peace and clarity. In the realm of dreams, the empath might encounter images of transformation, caterpillars becoming butterflies, phoenixes rising from the ashes, or seeds bursting forth into new life. These symbols speak to the universal process of growth and renewal, reminding the empath that their journey, though challenging, is one of continual evolution and rebirth. As the empath comes to understand the cyclical nature of their journey, they begin to embrace the notion of impermanence, a fundamental truth that lies at the heart of existence. They learn to release the need for control, to surrender to the flow of life, and to trust in the wisdom of the unconscious to guide them towards their highest potential. In this acceptance, the empath finds the freedom to live authentically, to express their truth without fear of judgment or rejection. They become a beacon of light, illuminating the path for others who seek to embark on their own journey of self-discovery. The empath's transformation, therefore, becomes a catalyst for change, inspiring those around them to awaken to their own potential and to embrace the fullness of their being. As we reflect on this profound journey, let us consider the ways in which we might support the empaths among us. How can we create spaces where they feel seen, heard, and valued? How can we honor their sensitivity while encouraging them to stand in their own power? These are questions that invite us to engage in a collective dialogue, to explore the ways in which we might foster a culture of empathy and understanding. In conclusion, the empath's journey is one of profound courage, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of empathy. It is a journey that invites us all to look within, to confront our own shadows, and to emerge as more authentic and compassionate beings. As we continue on this path, let us remain open to the unfolding mysteries of the psyche, trusting in the wisdom of the collective unconscious to guide us towards a more integrated and harmonious existence. As we continue our exploration of the empath's journey, let us delve into the intricate interplay between the individual soul and the broader collective consciousness. The empath, in their sensitivity, acts as a conduit between these realms, absorbing the emotions and energies that flow through the tapestry of human experience. This unique position offers the empath profound insights into the nature of interconnectedness, allowing them to perceive the subtle threads that bind us all. In the empath's quest for wholeness, they must navigate the delicate balance between their inner world and the external environment. This requires them to cultivate a deep sense of self-awareness, an understanding of their own emotional landscape, and the ability to discern which energies belong to them and which are merely reflections of the collective. In doing so, the empath learns to differentiate between their own thoughts and feelings and those they have absorbed from others. A crucial step in the process of individuation, the empath's journey is a testament to the transformative power of self-reflection, a practice that invites them to turn inward and explore the depths of their own psyche. Here, they encounter the vast reservoir of the unconscious, a realm rich with symbols and archetypes that offer guidance and wisdom. Through the practice of active imagination, a technique championed by Jung, the empath engages in a dialogue with these inner figures, allowing the unconscious to reveal its messages and insights. In this sacred dialogue, the empath may encounter the wise old man or woman, an archetype representing the inner sage who offers counsel and guidance. This figure may appear in dreams or meditation, providing the empath with the wisdom needed to navigate their journey The empath learns to trust this inner guidance, to listen to the whispers of the soul as they traverse the path towards self-discovery. As the empath deepens their connection to the unconscious, they begin to embrace the concept of synchronicity, a principle that suggests meaningful coincidences are not merely random, but rather expressions of the interconnectedness of all things. The empath, attuned to the subtle rhythms of the universe, recognizes these synchronicities as signposts, guiding them along their path and affirming their place within the larger cosmic order. In embracing synchronicity, the empath learns to cultivate a sense of trust in the unfolding of their journey. They come to understand that each encounter, each experience is imbued with meaning and purpose, offering opportunities for growth and transformation. This awareness allows the empath to release the need for control, to surrender to the flow of life, and to embrace the unfolding mystery of their existence. The empath's journey is also marked by the cultivation of compassion, not only for others, but for themselves. In recognizing their own vulnerabilities and wounds, the empath learns to extend the same understanding and kindness to themselves that they so readily offer to others. This self-compassion becomes a source of strength, allowing the empath to stand firm in their truth and to navigate the challenges of life with grace and resilience. In this process of self-compassion, the empath discovers the healing power of forgiveness, both of themselves and of those who have caused them pain. Forgiveness is not an act of condoning harm, but rather a liberation from the chains of resentment and bitterness. It is an acknowledgement of the shared human experience of suffering and a commitment to release the burdens of the past in order to embrace the present moment fully. As the empath embraces forgiveness, they open themselves to the possibility of renewal and transformation. They begin to shed the layers of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve them, making space for new growth and possibilities. This is the essence of the phoenix, rising from the ashes, a powerful symbol of rebirth and regeneration that speaks to the empath's capacity for renewal. In embracing this transformation, the empath becomes a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. Their journey serves as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the potential for growth and healing that exists within us all. Through their willingness to explore the depths of their own psyche, the empath illuminates the path for others, encouraging them to embark on their own journey of self-discovery. As we reflect on the empath's journey, let us recognize the profound impact that empathy can have on the world. In a time when division and discord often seem to prevail, the empath stands as a testament to the power of connection, reminding us of our shared humanity and the potential for healing that lies within each of us. Through their example, we are called to cultivate empathy and understanding, to engage with the world from a place of compassion and authenticity, and to contribute to the creation of a more harmonious and interconnected existence. In concluding our exploration of the empath's journey, let us hold space for the empaths among us, honoring their sensitivity and the unique gifts they bring to the world. Let us support them in their quest for balance and wholeness, recognizing the courage it takes to embark on this transformative journey. And as we continue on our own paths, let us remain open to the wisdom of the psyche, trusting in the unfolding mystery of life and the potential for growth and transformation that lies within us all. As we delve further into the empath's transformative journey, let us consider the role of boundaries, a concept that is both vital and challenging for those who walk the path of heightened sensitivity. For the empath, boundaries are not merely lines drawn in the sand, they are sacred demarcations that protect the integrity of their inner world. Establishing and maintaining these boundaries is an essential aspect of their individuation process, allowing them to engage with others from a place of strength and authenticity rather than depletion. The empath's challenge is to create boundaries that are both firm and flexible, capable of adapting to the ever-changing dynamics of human interaction. This requires a deep self-awareness and an understanding of one's own limits, a recognition of when to open one's heart and when to shield it. It is a delicate balance that invites the empath to engage in continuous self-reflection, to assess their needs and to honor them without guilt or hesitation. In the absence of healthy boundaries, the empath risks becoming entangled in the emotional currents of those around them, losing themselves in the process. This entanglement can lead to a state of emotional exhaustion where the empath feels overwhelmed by the weight of the world's sorrows. It is here, in this vulnerable state, that the empath must summon the courage to assert their boundaries, to reclaim their sense of self, and to prioritize their well-being. This assertion of boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but rather an acknowledgement of the empath's right to exist as an individual. It is a declaration of self-worth, a recognition that their energy is a precious resource that must be protected and nurtured. In establishing boundaries, the empath learns to say no without fear of judgment, to prioritize self-care, and to cultivate relationships that are mutually enriching. As the empath navigates this process, they may encounter resistance from within and without. The internal resistance often takes the form of guilt, a lingering sense of obligation that calls into question the empath's right to set limits. This guilt is a remnant of old patterns, a reflection of the empath's deeply ingrained desire to please and to heal. Yet, in acknowledging this guilt, the empath gains the power to transcend it, to rewrite the narrative that has held them captive, and to embrace a new way of being. External resistance may come from those who have grown accustomed to the empath's boundless giving. Those who may perceive the establishment of boundaries as a withdrawal of love or support. The empath, in facing this resistance, must remain steadfast in their commitment to self-preservation, trusting that true relationships will adapt and evolve to honor their newfound autonomy. In cultivating healthy boundaries, the empath also learns to engage with the world from a place of discernment. They become attuned to the energies that serve their growth and those that deplete their reserves. This discernment allows the empath to choose their interactions wisely, to surround themselves with individuals and environments that uplift and inspire, and to release those that do not. The empath's journey towards wholeness is further enriched by the cultivation of a spiritual practice, a sanctuary where they can retreat, recharge, and reconnect with their innermost self, whether through meditation, prayer, or creative expression, this practice offers the empath a means of grounding themselves, of attuning to the rhythms of their own soul, and of accessing the wellspring of wisdom that resides within. In this sanctuary, the empath finds solace and strength, a reminder of their connection to the divine and to the larger universe. It is a space of stillness and reflection where the empath can listen to the whispers of their intuition and gain clarity on their path. This spiritual practice becomes a cornerstone of the empath's existence, a source of guidance and inspiration that sustains them through the challenges of daily life. As the empath embraces this holistic approach to living, they cultivate a profound sense of inner peace, a peace that emanates from the knowledge that they are living in alignment with their true self. This peace is not a static state, but rather a dynamic equilibrium, a harmonious interplay between the inner and outer worlds. In this state of equilibrium, the empath becomes a living embodiment of the balance they seek. A testament to the power of empathy, when grounded in self-awareness and authenticity, their journey, though deeply personal, serves as a beacon of hope for others, a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the potential for transformation that lies within us all. As we conclude this exploration of the empath journey, let us hold space for the continued unfolding of their path. Let us honor their courage, their vulnerability, and their unwavering commitment to living authentically. And as we walk our own path, let us draw inspiration from the empath's journey, embracing the lessons of empathy, discernment, and self-care as we strive to create a more compassionate and interconnected world. As we proceed deeper into the empath's journey, let us contemplate the transformative power of creativity, a vital force that serves as both an outlet and a mirror for the empath's rich inner life. Creativity allows the empath to give form to the ineffable, to translate the symphony of emotions and insights within them into tangible expressions, whether through art, music, writing, or any other form of creative endeavor. The empath engages in a dialogue with the unconscious, bringing to light the hidden aspects of their psyche. In this creative process, the empath channels the energies they have absorbed from the world and transmutes them into something new and meaningful. This act of creation is inherently alchemical, akin to the ancient pursuit of turning base metals into gold. It is a transformative endeavor that not only serves the empath's need for expression, but also offers healing and insight to those who encounter their work. The empath's creativity is often informed by the archetypal images that reside in the collective unconscious. These archetypes, a universal language of symbols, find their way into the empath's creations, imbuing them with a depth and resonance that speaks to the shared human experience. Through these symbols, the empath connects with others on a profound level, transcending the boundaries of time and culture. Consider the archetype of the wounded healer, a pervasive motif in the empath's creative expression. Through this lens, the empath explores themes of vulnerability, resilience, and redemption, inviting others to engage with their own wounds and embark on a journey of healing. In doing so, the empath not only processes their own experiences, but also offers a space for others to reflect and grow, dreams to play a pivotal role in the empath's creative process. In the realm of dreams, the unconscious communicates in symbols and narratives, offering a rich tapestry of material for the empath to explore. These nocturnal visions provide insights and inspiration, guiding the empath in their creative endeavors and revealing the themes that yearn to be expressed. The empath's creativity also serves as a vehicle for integration, a means of reconciling the disparate aspects of their identity. Through the act of creation, the empath weaves together the threads of their experiences, emotions, and insights, crafting a cohesive narrative that reflects their journey towards wholeness. This integration is a vital aspect of individuation, allowing the empath to embody their true self and engage with the world from a place of authenticity. As the empath shares their creative expressions with the world, they invite others into their inner landscape, offering a glimpse of the beauty and complexity that resides within. In this sharing, the empath fosters a sense of connection and empathy, encouraging others to embrace their own creativity and to explore the depths of their own psyches. Yet, the act of sharing one's creative work requires vulnerability and courage, for it is an invitation for others to witness the innermost aspects of one's being. The empath, in their openness, must navigate the delicate balance between exposure and protection, ensuring that their creative endeavors remain a source of empowerment rather than a drain on their energy. In cultivating this balance, the empath learns to trust in the value of their work, to honor their unique perspective, and to release the need for external validation. This self-assurance becomes a cornerstone of their creative practice, allowing them to engage with the world from a place of confidence and resilience. The empath's journey through creativity is a testament to the transformative power of expression. It is a reminder that within each of us lies the potential for creation, a sacred act that allows us to engage with the mysteries of the psyche and to contribute to the collective tapestry of human experience. As we reflect on the empath's creative journey, let us consider the ways in which we might nurture our own creative impulses. How might we engage with the symbols and archetypes that reside within us, using them as a source of inspiration and insight? How might we honor the creative expressions of others, recognizing the courage it takes to share one's inner world with the world at large? In exploring these questions, we are invited to embrace the creative potential that lies within us all, to engage with the world from a place of empathy and authenticity, and to contribute to the creation of a more harmonious and interconnected existence. As we continue on our path, let us draw inspiration from the empath's journey, recognizing the power of creativity to transform, heal, and connect us with the deeper truths of our shared humanity. As we continue to explore the depths of the empath's journey, let us turn our attention to the realm of relationships, a domain where the empath's sensitivity is both a gift and a challenge. The empath's ability to perceive and understand the emotions of others allows them to forge deep and meaningful connections, characterized by a profound sense of empathy and understanding. Yet, this same sensitivity can also lead to entanglement, where the empath becomes so enmeshed in the feelings of others that they lose sight of their own needs and desires. In the realm of relationships, the empath must navigate the delicate balance between connection and autonomy. This requires them to cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness, to recognize their own emotional boundaries, and to assert them with clarity and compassion. It is a journey that invites the empath to embrace vulnerability, to communicate openly with those they care about, and to foster relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding. The empath's journey through relationships is often guided by the archetype of the lover, a symbol of passion, intimacy, and connection. This archetype invites the empath to explore the depths of their own heart, to understand the nature of love in all its complexity, and to engage with others from a place of authenticity and openness. It is an exploration that requires courage, for to love deeply is to risk being wounded, to open oneself to the possibility of loss and heartache. Yet it is through these experiences of love and connection that the empath learns the true nature of empathy, a profound compassion that encompasses both self and other. The empath comes to understand that love is not a finite resource, but a boundless energy that flows through and connects all beings. This realization allows the empath to engage with others from a place of abundance, to give and receive love freely without fear of depletion. In their relationships, the empath must also confront the shadow, the aspects of themselves that they have disowned or repressed. These shadow elements often manifest in the form of projections, where the empath sees in others the qualities they have not yet integrated within themselves. By acknowledging and embracing their shadow, the empath gains the ability to see others more clearly, to love them for who they truly are, rather than for the parts of themselves they reflect. This process of shadow integration is a vital aspect of the empath's journey towards wholeness. It is a journey that invites the empath to explore the full spectrum of their humanity, to embrace both their light and their darkness, and to engage with others from a place of authenticity and vulnerability. In doing so, the empath becomes a mirror for others, reflecting back the truth of their being and inviting them to embark on their own journey of self-discovery. The empath's relationships are further enriched by the practice of active listening, a skill that allows them to truly hear and understand the experiences of others. This listening is not merely an act of hearing words, but a deep engagement with the emotions and energies that underlie them. Through active listening, the empath creates a space of safety and understanding where others feel seen, heard, and valued. Yet, in offering this space to others, the empath must also learn to honor their own need for solitude and reflection. It is in these moments of quiet introspection that the empath reconnects with their own inner world, refuels their energy, and gains clarity on their path. This balance between engagement and retreat is essential for the empath's well-being, allowing them to sustain their connections with others without losing themselves in the process. As we reflect on the empath's journey through relationships, let us consider the ways in which we might cultivate empathy and understanding in our own connections. How might we engage with others from a place of authenticity and vulnerability? recognizing the shared humanity that unites us all. How might we honor our own needs and boundaries while also creating space for the experiences and emotions of others? In exploring these questions, we are invited to engage with the world from a place of empathy and compassion, to create relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding, and to contribute to the creation of a more harmonious and interconnected existence. As we continue on our paths, let us draw inspiration from the empath's journey, recognizing the power of love and connection to transform, heal, and unite us with the deeper truths of our shared humanity. Drawing upon the empath's journey through the multidimensional landscape of relationships, let us now delve into the concept of integration, a process central to the empath's evolution towards individuation and self-realization. Integration is the act of bringing together the fragmented pieces of the self into a cohesive whole, a journey that requires the empath to embrace every aspect of their being, both light and shadow, known and unknown. The empath, in their sensitivity, often experiences life in vivid and expansive ways, perceiving layers of reality that might elude others. This heightened perception, while a source of deep understanding, can also lead to a sense of fragmentation as they struggle to reconcile the myriad experiences and emotions that flow through them. It is here that the empath's work of integration begins a journey of harmonizing these disparate elements into a unified self. To embark on this journey, the empath is called to confront the shadow, the hidden aspects of the psyche that have been relegated to the unconscious. These shadow elements often include repressed fears, desire, and emotions that the empath has disowned in their quest to maintain harmony and peace. Yet, it is in acknowledging and embracing these shadow elements that the empath finds the path to true integration. The shadow is not an adversary to be vanquished, but a vital part of the self that holds the potential for growth and transformation. By engaging with the shadow, the empath gains access to a reservoir of untapped energy and creativity, allowing them to express themselves more fully and authentically. This process of shadow work requires courage and honesty, as the empath must confront the aspects of themselves they have long denied. In this confrontation, the empath is guided by the archetype of the hero, a symbol of courage, resilience, and transformation. The hero's journey, a narrative deeply embedded in the collective unconscious, mirrors the empath's quest for integration. It is a journey fraught with challenges and trials, yet one that ultimately leads to the discovery of inner strength and wisdom. The empath, in embodying this archetype, learns to navigate the complexities of their inner world with bravery and grace. As the empath integrates their shadow, they also embrace the light within those qualities and gifts that define their unique essence. This act of self-acceptance is a radical affirmation of their worth and identity, a recognition that they are whole and complete as they are. In this acceptance, the empath sheds the need for external validation, finding contentment and fulfillment within themselves. The process of integration also invites the empath to engage with the archetype of the self a symbol of wholeness and the culmination of the individuation process. The self represents the harmonious integration of all aspects of the psyche, a state of balance and unity that transcends the dualities of inner and outer, conscious and unconscious. As the empath moves towards this state, they experience a profound sense of peace and alignment, a feeling of being at home in the world and within themselves. In this state of integration, the empath becomes a beacon of authenticity and integrity, embodying the values and truths they hold dear. Their presence is a testament to the transformative power of self-awareness and acceptance, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. The empath's journey of integration is not a linear path, but a dynamic and ongoing process that unfolds throughout their life. It is a journey marked by cycles of growth and renewal, as the empath continually revisits and refines their understanding of themselves and the world around them. As we reflect on the empath's journey towards integration, let us consider the ways in which we might cultivate a deeper sense of wholeness in our own lives. How might we embrace the totality of our being, honoring both our light and shadow? How might we engage with the world from a place of balance and authenticity, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things? In exploring these questions, we are invited to embark on our own journeys of integration, to embrace the complexity of our inner worlds, and to contribute to the creation of a more harmonious and interconnected existence. As we continue on our path, let us draw inspiration from the empath's journey, recognizing the power of integration to transform, heal, and unite us with the deeper truths of our shared humanity. As we delve further into the empath's transformative journey, we must examine the interplay between the empath's inner world and the broader tapestry of society. The empath, in their quest for individuation, not only seeks personal wholeness, but also grapples with their role within the collective. This exploration compels the empath to navigate the delicate balance between individuality and belonging, between personal truths and societal norms. The empath's sensitivity to the emotional undercurrents of society can make them acutely aware of the discord and disharmony that often pervade human interactions. This awareness can be both a burden and a blessing, for while it allows the empath to perceive the potential for healing and connection, it also exposes them to the collective wounds and shadows that demand attention and transformation. In this context, the empath is called to engage with the archetype of the visionary, a figure who sees beyond the present moment, who dreams of a world transformed by empathy and understanding. The visionary archetype empowers the empath to envision new possibilities for human connection, to imagine a society where compassion and authenticity guide our interactions and relationships. Yet, to embody this archetype, the empath must first confront the fears and limitations that reside within themselves. They must transcend the anxieties that arise from stepping into the unknown, from challenging the status quo, and from daring to express their unique vision. This requires the empath to cultivate a deep sense of courage and trust in their inner guidance, to believe in their ability to effect change, both within themselves and within the world, in embracing their role as visionaries, empaths often find themselves drawn to paths that align with their values of compassion and service, whether through activism, healing professions, or creative endeavors. The empath seeks to contribute to the collective in ways that honor their sensitivity and authenticity. This pursuit is not merely an external endeavor, but a reflection of the empath's inner journey, a manifestation of their commitment to living in alignment with their true self. As the empath navigates their role within society, they must also grapple with the potential for burnout, a common challenge for those who give of themselves so freely. To sustain their energy and passion, the empaths must prioritize self-care, setting boundaries that protect their well-being while allowing them to remain open to the world. This self-care is not an indulgence, but a necessity, a recognition that only by nurturing themselves can the empath continue to nurture others. The empath's journey through the societal landscape is also marked by the cultivation of resilience, a quality that enables them to navigate challenges with grace and fortitude. Resilience is born from the empath's ability to adapt to change, to find strength in vulnerability, and to transform adversity into growth. It is a testament to the empath's capacity to endure, to rise above the trials of life, and to emerge stronger and more determined than before. In cultivating resilience, the empath learns to embrace the cycles of life, recognizing that periods of challenge and struggle are often precursors to growth and renewal. This cyclical understanding allows the empath to approach each experience with curiosity and openness, trusting in the wisdom of the soul to guide them through the ebb and flow of existence. The empath's journey within society is thus a dynamic interplay between personal growth and collective evolution. It is a journey that invites us all to consider our own roles within the broader tapestry of humanity, to reflect on how we might contribute to a world that honors empathy, understanding, and connection. As we contemplate the empath's journey within the societal context, let us consider how we might support the empaths among us, creating spaces where their sensitivity is valued and their contribution celebrated. How might we cultivate communities that embrace diversity and authenticity, fostering connections that are rooted in empathy and compassion? In exploring these questions, we are invited to engage with the world from a place of openness and curiosity, to recognize the interconnectedness of our individual journeys, and to contribute to the creation of a more harmonious and inclusive society. As we continue on our paths, let us draw inspiration from the empath's journey, recognizing the power of empathy to transform, heal, and unite us with the deeper truths of our shared humanity. As we delve even deeper into the empath's journey, let us contemplate the role of the empath as a bridge between the tangible and the intangible, the seen and the unseen. This unique position imbues the empath with the ability to perceive the subtle energies that underlie the material world, offering them a glimpse into the interconnected web of existence that binds all living beings. In this sacred role, the empath becomes a conduit for the flow of divine energy, a vessel through which the mysteries of the universe can be expressed and understood. This connection to the unseen invites the empath to explore the spiritual dimensions of their existence, to seek out the wisdom that resides beyond the physical realm. and to cultivate a deeper understanding of the nature of reality. The empath's spiritual journey is often marked by a deep yearning for transcendence, a desire to move beyond the limitations of the ego and to experience unity with the cosmos. This yearning leads the empath to explore various spiritual traditions and practices, seeking out the truths that resonate with their own inner knowing, whether through meditation, contemplation, or ritual. The empath engages with the divine in a way that honors their unique path and perspective. In embracing their spirituality, the empath is guided by the archetype of the seeker, a figure who embarks on a quest for truth and enlightenment, who is willing to venture into the unknown in search of deeper understanding. The seeker archetype empowers the empath to embark on their spiritual journey with courage and curiosity, to question the assumptions and beliefs that have shaped their perception of reality, and to remain open to the revelations that arise from the depths of their soul. This spiritual exploration invites the empath to engage with the concept of the soul's purpose, a notion that suggests each individual is here to fulfill a unique role in the grand tapestry of existence. By attuning to their inner guidance, the empath gains insight into their own soul's purpose, discovering the ways in which they are called to contribute to the world and to embody their highest potential. As the empath connects with their soul's purpose, they begin to experience life with a newfound sense of meaning and direction. This alignment with their true self brings a sense of fulfillment and joy, allowing the empath to move through the world with confidence and grace. It is a state of being that transcends the mundane concerns of daily life, offering the empath a glimpse of the divine order that underlies all things. Yet, the empath's spiritual journey is not without its challenges. In seeking to transcend the limitations of the ego, the empath must confront the illusions and attachments that keep them tethered to the material world. This process of letting go requires the empath to release their grip on the need for control, to surrender to the flow of existence, and to trust in the wisdom of the universe to guide them on their path. In this surrender, the empath learns to embrace the concept of impermanence, a fundamental truth that lies at the heart of existence. They come to understand that all things are in a constant state of flux, that change is the only constant, and that by embracing this truth, they can find freedom and liberation from the constraints of the ego. The empath's spiritual journey is further enriched by the cultivation of mindfulness, a practice that invites them to remain present and aware in each moment, to engage with life from a place of openness and curiosity, and to appreciate the beauty and wonder of existence through mindfulness. The empath learns to savor the richness of their experiences, to find joy in the simple pleasures of life, and to cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for all that is. As we reflect on the empath's spiritual journey, let us consider the ways in which we might nurture our own connection to the divine. How might we cultivate a sense of presence and awareness in our daily lives? Recognizing the sacred in the ordinary, how might we honor our own spiritual paths, seeking out the truths and practices that resonate with our inner knowing? In exploring these questions, we are invited to embark on our own spiritual journeys, to embrace the mysteries of existence, and to contribute to the creation of a more harmonious and interconnected world. As we continue on our path, let us draw inspiration from the empath's journey, recognizing the power of spirituality to transform, heal, and unite us with the deeper truths of our shared humanity